Hi, I'm Marna, and today I have some ideas for the frustration of different size kin feet. In the background you can hear a bell and some playing going on between our puppy and our kitten, so just ignore that and enjoy our crafts. I get very frustrated because the Barbies and the Kens these days have such different sizes for not just clothes but shoes. And to find shoes that fit is such a big idea. So I have some craft ideas that I'd like to show you. The first one, I buy my kin shoes on eBay, and this is a set of 3 that you can get pretty inexpensive. While this set has 3 pairs, they're different sizes. I like these boots. Actually, I love these boots because there's so much you can do with them. And I've actually painted some of these with acrylic paint. But they fit the great big feet of this kin, which is one of the largest size feet that I own, which means they will also fit the smaller feet, which this kin has. And as you can see, I have one each shoe on him just to show that they do fit. And they fit. You have the whole foot in. Now this particular kin, who is one of my favorites, this one reminds me, I have a little set of Barbies and Kens that is dolls that remind me of my kids, including my daughter-in-laws and some of my grandkids, and I'm working on getting a set just for fun. Anyway, this one reminds me of my oldest son. It just tickles me. My oldest son, when he was in grade school, rollerblades came out. Oh my goodness, he got so good at that. He and my middle son actually played street hockey. My oldest son now, and he's 41, is a mountain biker and races, and we're talking the real thing, like goes up in the chairlift down the mountain kind of thing, the scary stuff. Anyway, I needed some rollerblades, roller skates for Ken, and they are so expensive that I came up with this idea. I bought this pair of boots on eBay, and I got them pretty cheap. I think I was actually in an auction for them, but they were good enough for what we're going to do. Now I went to the dollar store and hit this gold mine. It is a little container of buttons, and they have them in the dark colors, or oh man, there's all kinds of colors in here. $1, and I actually sat down and did a count, and there was like 197. So I'm guessing they shorted me 3. Just kidding. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take, I went through and I picked out 8 little buttons, the same and about the right size, and what we're going to do is we are going to glue gun like I did the first one, just a dot. You don't even have to be that perfect. Gosh, if you did, I'd never ever do crafts or, well, basically anything. And put these on for Ken. And since it's pretend and he doesn't have to actually skate or they don't have to move, glue gun, Elmer's glue, super glue, any of that'll work. Now I do try to keep it even on both sides and put the buttons down past the boot so that it looks like it's actually a skate. And it's just for fun. And people don't look that close when you have them on display. So there you go, a pair of roller skates for Ken. This is another one of my dolls that I have with it. They remind me of the kids. Now, I have one Ken doll that doesn't just remind me of my stepson Orion. I'm telling you the truth. It looks like him. Anyway, this is kind of modeled after my middle son, who we tease about wearing Crocs. I don't, because I wear Crocs, but his wife does. So when I set this up, we had a party here, and I said, all the dolls up to represent one another. Yes, my son is that good looking. All of my sons are. So anyway, I made these little Crocs. And I'm going to show you how I did that, because you can actually cut the full back out. Okay, that's a little choppy. You can use sandpaper, or maybe you're better with the heat than I am to make that flat. But for me, it's good enough. Anyway, this will fit a bigger foot if you take that down a little more in the back. In fact, I was going to show you this. When I was a kid, okay, that was back in the 60s, 1960s. The poor kids, especially the youngest one in the family, when they outgrew their shoes, their mothers cut the back out. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that or not. I cut a V out of the back of that shoe, and this is how I did that. Where's the other one? Okay. I just took the scissors and I cut all the way down to the heel, like flat. And then I just cut a V. And what'll happen is you can form that around your bigger kin's feet and make it so that the front of your display, you can't even see it. So what he has is a pair of shoes like this. But to make the Croc, you will need a pair of shoes. Now these, again, I get off eBay. Oh, I thought I had a pair over here to show. This is what the shoes look like when they come. And they're cute enough, but you get several in a pack. I think I got, I don't know, 10, I believe, in a pack. And I thought, well, I don't want every single kin to wear the same shoe. Well, not only do they not fit, but you can do other things. Like I took nail polish and put, I don't know, 2-3 coats on here to make them look like little dress shoes in another color. I kind of like it. And you can do that any color. I also used nail polish on the white tennis shoes because, well, same thing, didn't want them all looking the same. So nail polish or acrylic paint works great. The first thing you do to make the kin Crocs is cut that top part out, okay? So you just, and do this very carefully. I live dangerously. We live on a farm. I used to live on a ranch. I've had a lot of animals. When you live like that, well, it's a dangerous life. So be very careful when doing this. Children should not do this. This is kind of a doll collector's thing, or something for mom to help her kids with. But you keep your fingers back as much as you can and just cut that away. And in the meantime, you need to have a soldering iron set up to poke the holes. Now, the first one I did, the pair I showed you first on the doll, I actually took a fork, like a metal fork, out of my utensils drawer, and I heated it up on our electric stove, and there you go. I poked holes with it. Okay, so I put 6 in, and I just poked it, kind of keeping it right. If you don't, well, it's okay. These are just kin Crocs. It's not like you're selling them on the open market and people are that critical. And there you go. Now, when I did this one, I was trying to flatten that out. Now, I wasn't that great at it, and as you can see, it's kind of a mess. So this one, I think I'm going to leave alone. Now, this is the big-footed kin. He's a hefty guy. I like it. I took a pair of the tennis shoes, and I burned the back out. I'll show you how I did that. And now, on a display, especially if you can't see the back, if he's going to be faced forward, you can take your soldering iron and see the right back at the seam. And all I did was take that all the way down to the foot and kind of flatten it out. And there you go. Ken can wear the shoes. Let that dry just a second. And like the poor kids, actually, if you set this up right, you do have to kind of work his foot into it. He must have a wider foot also. But there you go. He could wear those on a display if you had a stand. Now in the boots and in the shoes he came in, he can stand free. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you got some ideas on how to change Ken's shoes inexpensively and have a little fun hacking and crafting. Please like our video, subscribe, we would love that, and leave a comment. Have a great day.